Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says Ankara is working on Russian President Vladimir Putin's offer to establish an energy hub for Russian gas to be transported to Europe. Speaking to journalists on his way back to Turkiye from the Asia summit, Erdogan says energy officials from both sides have been assigned to the project. Here's what the Turkish president said.
We will establish the distribution center, whatever the most appropriate place for it will be. Thrace is potentially the best place for it. We already have a national distribution center, but this will be an international distribution center. Our Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources was informed and will work on this with the relevant Russian institution. They will present us with a plan. We will not wait. Russia's president of Gazprom was at our meeting as well, and he was also informed. We will quickly establish the necessary security conditions and work accordingly.
Our correspondent Ali Mustafa is in Ankara and joins me now live for more on this. Ali, tell us more about how might this energy hub work and what is Türkiye doing to look into it?
It's quite interesting, Rachel. If you look at the map and if you were to Google the various pipelines that are passing through Turkey at this point in time, you have something called the Blue Stream coming from Russia, going down towards Samsun, entering the Asian side or the Anatolian side of Turkey. Then you have something called Tanap coming from the Caspian Sea, from Azerbaijan, going into Georgia, then into Turkey, and then carrying gas towards the Aegean coast, where there is a dispensation facility being run by SOCAR, which is the Azerbaijani energy giant. And now you have a third option, the Turk Stream, which will come from Russia, bypass through the Black Sea, and land on the European side of Turkey. 3% of this country is in the European side, 97% of this country is on the Asian side. What does this tell us? This tells us that Turkey now is in a position to be the central transition point for energy coming from the east and potentially going into Europe. Though, given what's happening in Ukraine, which was previously the transit point for Russian gas and energy sources into Europe, no longer after Russia attacked Ukraine, and in fact, since 2014, it's been on and off, ironically, that position or that status, it seems, is now coming towards Ankara, which is taking over that transitionary position or that role, Rachel.
You know, Ali, this meeting between Putin and Erdogan, it was also pretty significant because most Western countries have tried to isolate the Russian president, while Türkiye is trying to mediate peace efforts. Talk to us a little bit more about Türkiye's ongoing mediation efforts.
Very good question, Rachel. And it goes to show who is a friend, who is a foe, what is what. Turkey, and specifically Recep Tayyip Erdogan, was instrumental in getting that grain corridor going, opening up the Ukrainian ports because of this vaunted position where he can speak to the Russians, Vladimir Putin, and speak to the Ukrainians, Zelensky and his crew, and perform that neutral role because he is trusted by both sides. There are not many people in the world at this moment that can have that kind of relationship. Most of the Western camp we see is on the Ukrainian side. Even the thought of having any sort of conversation is toxic in many of these Western capitals. Even though we have Macron, who has some sort of relationship, has maintained some contact with Putin, but it is Erdogan that has played a critical role here. And because of Turkey's central position, north, south, east, west, it's at that crossroads, and because of that, it has had to balance for a long time, and this balancing, it seems, is paying dividends for Turkey, much to the chagrin, I might add, when it comes to European capitals, which might view Turkey's position with suspicion because it is trying to balance between all these sides.
All right, Ali Mustafa in Ankara. Ali, thank you.